Hello friends, this came today from the Witchy Cauldron. So let's just take a look at it, see what it is. Okay, so it's no outer plastic. I wonder if it has inner plastic. It does. What you find in this special edition is 78 enriched and enhanced cards, an accompanying booklet with instructions for reading the cards to enrich your tarot practice. Enriching your tarot practice. It sounds like you're enriching oil and turning it into gasoline. All right, that was a nice box. Look at this. It's like a coaster or something. Yeah, you can put your, grateful, you can put your coffee cup on there and not put stains on the countertop. And so this is a keyword Tarot de Marseille. So, the Marseille Tarot, magnificently restored in this special edition based on the historic deck by Pere Mad, I don't know, I can't pronounce that, dating back to 1709. This reissue has been carefully enhanced to highlight the original splendor of the cards and the precision of the details that have made this tarot so famous. Witchy Cauldron, designed in the United States. Nice earth tones. Marseille Tarot by the Witchy Cauldron. Let's go open this thing up here and see what we got. It's a nice box, nice hard box. You know how I love them hard boxes. So here's the little white book. Okay, no inner plastic, that's good. So it's got just a little sleeve. Reading the cards, shuffling the deck, how to read reverse cards, elements of the minor arcana, quick interpretation, aces and court cards. And so it doesn't go through the meanings, but it just talks a little bit about the deck itself. So we'll just put that over here. And there it is, nice hard box. I like good boxes. I hate those tux boxes. And oh, look, it's very loose on the sleeve. And the backs are nice too. Look at that. Reversible decks. Reversible. That's great to have a reversible. And the cards are kind of thin. They're a little bit bendy. So I don't know how durable they are. They're not like that CBD tarot. Let's see how they smell. They have a weird smell, kind of. Let's just give it a good sniff. A good sniff. You know, it's not unpleasant. You know, it's not going to give me a migraine, so I guess that's okay. And so this is a keyword deck. Let's just go quickly through it. You probably have seen the Marseille Tarot before. We'll just pick out a couple and read from them. High Priestess, the Empress, the Emperor, the Hierophant, the Lovers, true love, true love. We'll just read this one here. A moment of significant decision where the choices made can greatly influence the life path. This influence underscores the need to balance emotional desires with rational logic. Let's see what the reverse says. In the face of indecision, there may be a feeling of stagnation or confusion. This signals a need for deeper analysis to resolve internal dilemmas and move forward with confidence. On the side, we have balance heart and mind in your decisions, and it's a maybe. And then it has a sit sign. What's that one? Is that like a fire sign? No, it's not a fire. I think it's like the sword, an air sign. Okay. Then we have the Chariot, Justice, the Hermit, the Wheel of Fortune, Strength. And it's a little bit opposite. And then the Tarot de Marseille, Strength and Justice are reversed. They are reversed. The Hanged Man, Death, Temperance, the Devil, the Tower, the Star, the Moon, the Sun, Judgment, the World. Here's the Ace of Pentacles. This is a favorable period for growth during which seizing financial opportunities can lead to fruitful projects or investments. It symbolizes a stable and secure phase for the material realm. Yes. Reconsidering priorities and finding a healthier balance between material aspirations and personal values. The Ace of Pentacles. We have the Two of Pentacles, the 3, the 4, the 5, the 6, the 7, the 8, the 9, the 10, the Page, the Knight, the Queen, the King. Confidence and security, a caution but optimistic vision, seeking new successes while securing existing assets. Dissatisfaction with what one already possesses, ignorance of good things in the current situation, limited vision. Yes, yes. And so that is an earth symbol there. And then we have this, the cups. I've never liked that cup symbol. 2 of Cups, 3 of Cups, 4 of Cups, 5 of Cups, 6 of Cups, 7 of Cups, 8 of Cups, 9 of Cups, 10 of Cups. Happiness, joy, emotional contentment, especially in relationships and family life. It symbolizes long-term stability, harmony, and achievement of emotional fulfillment and spiritual well-being. Family or relationship discord, conflicts, and a lack of harmony. It can signify unrealistic expectations, misaligned values, or a feeling of disconnection from loved ones. The 10 of Cups, yes, and it's open. So this is the, the downward facing triangle is the cups, or the water symbol. Water flows in and get caught there. We've got a Page. I like how that these people don't look really either male or female. They kind of look like both. Kind of like, you know, what is that printed on there? That's like a stamp from China. That's probably not supposed to be on there. Kind of like Monty Python women or men. That's kind of what it looks like. Men that play old women. So we got King of Cups. And we got the Ace of Wands. Creative impulse, active sexuality, strong impulses, energy and dynamism, life force, the beginning of growth, dispersion of efforts in different directions. A lack of energy, restrictions, repressed sexuality, creative block. And the fire symbol is the triangle that direction. So we got the 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Regulation, advancement is only possible by following the rules. Focusing on short-term goals while losing long-term perspective is an obstacle. Delays or confusion hindering progress, indicating the plans may not unfold as quickly or harmoniously as expected. 8 of Wands, and yes. What is that? That's 9 and 10. We have the Page. The wands in the Marseille deck look a lot like the wands, the clubs or wands in the Solabusco. Some of them, not all of them. We got the Knight and the Queen, strong and confident, charismatic woman. The King, a mature, visionary leader who is both inspiring and charismatic, a mature attitude towards impulses and desires. Control, creativity, the Ace of Swords. Yes. Yes. A planned initiative, rational mind, logical thinking, sharpness of mind, conclusive decision, ready to fight, ambition, competitiveness, a victory with stable achievements. We got the 2 of Swords, 3, 4. It's interesting how the swords and the wands look almost identical, except the swords are curved and the wands are not so curved, but they're pretty much identical. We have the 5 of Swords, the 6 of Swords, the 7 of Swords, the 8 of Swords. So defenses, raising shields and blocks, psychological defenses mechanisms, need to control everything. Well-guarded treasure, entering someone else's domain with permission. Interesting. Release from constraints, overcome fears, escape restrictions, progress after stagnation. The 9, and let's look at the 10. Exhaustion, complex situation with many conflicting interests, a long battle without clear results, need to find an ally who will tackle the problem from a different angle. Immobility, feeling attacked from all sides, unable to move, a painful and humiliating defeat. 10 of Swords, and it's no, maybe with the Page, no with the Knight, the Queen of Swords, and the King of Swords. So that's, let's see, it's kind of slidey, so the cards are not sticky, so that's a plus, a big plus there. And let's go just shuffle it up a bit, see how it behaves. So it has a bit of a smell, and you got the meanings on there, very different from the Rider-Waite. Let's just see. Let's give it a little shuffle here. Yeah, it's got the glare on there, so the camera lights are glaring on the cards. Not on this side so much, but on the backs. But it's nice reversible backs. Get it kind of well shuffled up. I think we need to do a riffle shuffle on it to see how that works. And the cards aren't too thick either. Well, they're now going to be mixed up. The riffle shuffles pretty well, actually. I've heard that the Tarot de Marseille is both easier to learn and it's just as accurate. Of course, it's not as colorful. It doesn't have as many of those, all the images and so forth. So your Nine of Swords is not some guy laying in bed worrying about where the next meal is going to come from with a bunch of swords right up above his bed. It's just, all those pictures is just not there. People who like the Tarot de Marseille like to imagine their own images for what their images that those cards bring, for their card combinations in relationship to one another. So this is actually my second Tarot de Marseille deck. The other one I have is a CVD Tarot. I do have a book that I haven't really read yet. I think it's called The Untold Story, maybe. It was one of these things that I was going to learn eventually. But so I think I got this for $12, $12 or $13. And just another keyword deck. I like the keyword decks. I'm kind of I'm a wordsmith, and so having the words on there, it just kind of gives me something to in my mind to just to hold on to, So let's just see. Let's pull a card out. These are the cards that popped out. Let's see what they say. You know, this is so funny. Every time I open up a new tarot deck, this card always pops out. It always pops out. So what does it say? We have temperance. The need to have temperance. And monotony, tedious, repetition, and transformation, renewal, liberation. It's interesting. It is so interesting. I just can't get over how every single time that I open up a new deck of tarot cards, this is the first one that pops out. So maybe what this deck is telling me is that this deck is a path to personal transformation, a freedom from the monotony and the tedious repetition of daily life. And we have a compromising, a reconciliation between the two different forces. The two different forces in my life combine to create something new, and these two different forces between the Rider-Waite and the Tarot de Marseille, different levels, different types of cards, different types of things. I got two channels, you know, this channel, Tools of Fortune, and the other 999 show, that through having separated them out and combining them together, something new will come from this endeavor. You know, that's pretty positive, don't you think? That's a positive message. And then we're looking at this other factor too. Combining my Christian faith, which is that of a lapsed Catholic, practicing at a evangelical Lutheran Church of America, loosely, very loosely, I will say my Christian faith is very loose. It's very loose. But still it is present of the transformation. We have the transformative, the transformation of that religious path. And we're combining these elements together to create a new path forward. So most practitioners of tarot are not Christian, but I am to a certain degree. The symbols, I enjoy the symbolism of the Catholic Church, of the Orthodox, of Protestantism to a certain degree. I just don't know what it all means. That's what I'm talking about. But you know, I like this deck, and if I were to give it a quick review, I would give it 5 stars. 5 stars, because for the smells, not too bad. It's easy to shuffle. You saw how easy it was to shuffle. Now the cards are, well, actually, let's take it down to 4, because it does feel like these cards could tear really easy. So I'm going to drop it down to 4 stars because of that factor. They're kind of bendy. And then there was that one card that had that Chinese stamp on it. So they were designed in the United States, but they were printed in China. So, okay, all right. Well, if it was, maybe they should be printed in the United States, and this deck would be well worth paying $20 for if it was printed in the United States. I paid $20 for this deck, though. Instead, I think I paid $12 or $13. So there was the price. It was a good price. The cards are slidey. They're not too highly reflective there. They worked under the camera lights there. There is some of the old 1700 nudity, but hopefully I won't get done by YouTube for that. All right. Leave a comment below if you think it's any good for yourself. And come back another time and for another video. Bye.